Despite expressing love and admiration for Prime Minister Mark Carney and Canada today, U.S. President Donald Trump called the allies competitors who are in, quote, conflict. Carney and key ministers made their second visit to the Oval Office, aiming to settle the ongoing trade war with Trump. Key items to review are improving ties ahead of a critical review of the free trade agreement and relief from tariffs. Jason Gaidola joins us live in studio with the latest tonight. Good evening, Jason.
Good evening, Manise. It appears that there was plenty of uncertainty still as Trump suggested that issues could linger. At the same time, he also says a deal or even multiple deals could be done separate from the current trade agreement.
Anything the Prime Minister has done that's making it more difficult or easier to reach a deal?
No, I think he's a great Prime Minister. I mean, he could represent me anytime. I will tell you, I'm not saying that because he's... No, he is a very strong, very good leader. He's a nice man, but he can be nasty. He can be very nasty. Maybe it's nasty.
Prime Minister Mark Carney received a flurry of compliments from U.S. President Donald Trump today, admiration that was reciprocated.
You are a transformative president, and since then, the transformation in the economy, unprecedented commitments of NATO partners to defense spending, peace from India, Pakistan through to Azerbaijan, Armenia, disabling Iran as a force of terror, and now, and I'm running out of time, but this is in many respects the most important.
The merger of Canada and the United States.
That wasn't where I was going.
However, the pleasantries appear to do very little to have the White House pull back from an ongoing trade war.
Well, it's a complicated agreement, more complicated maybe than any other agreement we have on trade, because, we have natural conflict. We also have mutual love. We have great love for each other. I love this. I love Canada, the people of Canada, and Mark feels the same way about here. The problem we have is that they want a car company and I want a car company.
In his second trip to the Oval Office since being elected Prime Minister, Carney and key ministers are taking another swing at mending fences with Trump and rethinking their trading relationship. Trump referred Canada and the U.S. as being, quote, competitors and showed no signs of relenting on tariffs right now, adding that his administration wants to make its own steel and automotives.
We do a lot of trade going across the border where we're cooperating, first thing. Secondly, we are the largest foreign investor in the United States. $500 billion in the last 5 years alone, probably $8 trillion in the next 5 years if we get the agreement that we expect to get. Thirdly, there are areas, as the President just said, where conflict, maybe not so much conflict, we compete. There are areas where we compete, and it's in those areas where we have to come to an agreement that works.
Trump also says he is open to extending the free trade agreement with Mexico and Canada through a renegotiation or seeking, quote, different deals that may result in some changes to tariffs. Leaving the White House, the Carney government says there's still more to discuss.
We hope to make progress. We hope to find the president and his cabinet secretaries fully engaged in finding solutions on priority sectors quickly.
Meanwhile, back in Canada, optimism over the Prime Minister to deliver on a trade resolution appears to be waning.
But there has to be a point that if Prime Minister Carney can't get a deal, we have to start hitting back. We need to hit back hard. We can't continuously decline tariffs, and President Trump increases tariffs.
Premier Doug Ford says he and Canada's premiers look forward to speaking with Carney and explain Canada's options once the meeting at the White House concludes. Ontario once threatened to cut off electricity sent to the U.S.
Well, what we need to do is use that energy to be more competitive. If he wants to shut down every single industry, President Trump, we're going to need the energy.
Prime Minister Carney has kept focus on Canada's domestic economic opportunities and potential new ventures elsewhere globally. After naming a batch of major infrastructure projects to maintain Canada's economy, Carney is expected to name more in the future.
I think it's undeniable that Canada has an advantage in the energy sector. It also has an an advantage in the critical mineral sector. So these two will have to be on the forefront to kind of make up a lot of the deficit and make up, the economic hit that we've been getting from the tariffs.
Last week, Alberta Premier Danielle Smith pushed ahead and launched preliminary plans to revive a pipeline project through British Columbia to the Pacific Ocean. While facing opposition from BC, today Smith said she hopes the Prime Minister can bring it to fruition. Canada-U.S. Trade Minister Dominic LeBlanc also says Canada is looking to get a deal done quickly on steel and aluminum.